Will Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies actually cause a stock market crash in 2018? Cryptos and the stock market are two very different markets, but will the crypto category actually affect the stock market and cause the stock market to crash in 2018? There are some reasons why you need to worry, but there are also some reasons why you need to be excited whether you are in either market. And I've spent a lot of time kind of thinking about the way I want to do this video so I can explain it best on the effects these markets will have on each other throughout 2018. So the first thing we're going to get into, the first thing you got to understand when you're talking about any type of market, whether you're talking about trading cryptocurrencies, whether you're talking about trading stocks, real estate, whether you're talking about trading freaking Pokemon cards, okay? There are buyers and there are sellers, okay? You got a category of buyers and sellers. Now, prices can get out of whack when you have too many of each category. So the perfect situation in most markets is you got 5 buyers and you got 5 sellers, okay? So everyone that's looking to buy something, they have the equal amount of sellers on the other side. That will create prices that are very, very stable, okay? When you have the equal amount, you have prices that are very, very stable. Things don't get too out of whack. Now, where you have issues is when you don't have enough sellers and you have too many buyers. So let's say we got only 2 sellers, and for every 2 sellers, we actually now have 8 buyers, okay? We now have 8 buyers. This creates a situation where prices are going to go up dramatically, okay? Prices will go up dramatically because there's hardly anybody willing to sell, but there's a massive amount of people willing to buy. So this is a creation where the prices just rise in a very rapid pace. Think about a stock sometimes. When a stock is really hot, like an Nvidia stock, there are very few people that are actually willing to sell that and they want to hold it long term. You got a massive amount of people coming in to buy it, and what happens with the stock price? It goes up 1,000% in 3 years, guys. Now, on the flip side, if you have too few buyers, so now all of a sudden we got only 2 buyers for every 8 sellers, what happens in a situation like this? All of a sudden now we have prices drop dramatically, okay? Because now, we got all these people willing to sell, so they're gonna sell at whatever price they need to. The buyers know that the sellers are in a position of weakness. They wanna take advantage of that and get prices as low as possible. So that is the marketing, that's the market 101 on how, prices work in supply and demand. It's what it is for everything out there, okay, guys? So now that we understand that, let's talk about crypto category for a second, okay? The crypto category is the hottest investing category I've ever seen by far in my lifetime. How do I judge the hottest investing category? Well, one is what's going on with the price of whatever it is. The price, obviously, with cryptos is going up massively. That means we have way more buyers currently than sellers, correct? Okay, next thing I like to look at is like mainstream media, otherwise known as double M, okay, mainstream media. When I go on any type of financial site, whether it's CNBC or any of these type of things, right? What are they talking about a ton right now? They're talking about cryptos, a massive amount on these. All of a sudden they went from, not talking about cryptos at all, where now their top viewed, videos and their top news stories and whatnot, many times have to do with cryptos right now, which means a massive amount of people are clicking on those. They're very interested in those stories, okay? That's another big thing. And then I like to look at small things like YouTube, okay? I like to look at YouTube. What's the interest? There are people that are starting crypto channels. By the way, if you're not starting a crypto channel and you know a lot about cryptocurrencies, like you are missing out on the lifetime changing opportunity for you right now. There are crypto channels that have started in the last couple months that are getting 100,000 views of video. Like that is ridiculous, guys. To be getting 100,000 views of video and you just started, a couple months ago, that is absolutely insane. There are channels that have started that built to 50,000, 100,000 subscribers in such a quick amount of time, which means there's a massive amount of people demanding this type of content. Massive. It is absolutely massive, okay? So the attention, okay? You gotta always think about attention. Attention means money, okay? The more attention you get, the more money you can garner. Kim Kardashian can make so much freaking money. You know why? She's got the world's attention at her whim. Kylie Jenner or whatever, she can, do something. She's got the attention, okay? So she can sell products and something like that. Crypto right now has the world's attention. People are massively flooding in there, and that is what a situation we have. Crypto has the world's attention. Now, next thing we got to understand here is we got to understand, well, in relation to the stock market, what type of stock market investors are there out there, and how could this affect things, right? Well, as far as the stock market goes, you got a few different people in the stock market that have different goals, right? You have the long-term holders, all right? These are people that, invest in stocks for years and years. They put their money in. They don't really care what happens to that stock in the short term. They just care what that stock price is at 5, 10, 15 years ago, or 15 years from now, okay? That's what they care about. They're long-term investors. Then after that, you have the investors that are growth investors, okay? G for growth. These are ones that are looking for companies that are growing very fast. They're growing revenues very fast. They're growing profits very fast. They're getting more and more customers at a very rapid clip. These are growth companies. So these are growth investors. That's the type of thing they're looking for. After that, you have more short-term traders, okay? These are people that are sometimes getting in stocks just for an earnings or something like that. They're getting in and out of positions within a couple weeks' time, maybe a month time, maybe a few months. They're short term. All their trades are pretty much within a year, if not within 6 months, 3 months type span. Then you have a category of people in the stock market which are called day traders. These people are getting in and out of stocks sometimes several times per day, sometimes several times per hour. They're just trying to get little price fluctuations here and there, take advantage of those, sell out, buy back, things like that, guys. That's another category. And then the last category you have in the stock market is what I call penny stock traders, okay? These are penny traders where they just look for these penny stocks. A lot of penny stocks, unfortunately, are scams out there. I would say 98% plus of them are basically companies that, shouldn't even be listed on a market at all. People invest in them. They don't care about that company or what the prospects are because there really aren't any prospects for most of these companies. They're just little scam things, and they'll invest in them, try to get that price to go up, and maybe, someone sends out a newsletter, hey, buy company ABC. It's going to go up this week. It's only trading for a penny right now. It's going to go up to 10 cents by the end of next week. All of a sudden, a bunch of people buy into that penny stock. It goes up to 20 cents. The main one that originally bought the shares before when it was a penny, they get to sell out for a huge profit. The price goes back down. It happens again and again. It's called pump and dump schemes, okay? That happens a lot of times with penny stocks, okay? So you got all these different investors. Now, when it comes to cryptos, which type of investors are you going to lose into cryptos, at least over the next, let's say, year or whatnot? Long-term investors, I don't really see it. I don't see you losing these people. The money manager that's got, $80 million on his books and whatnot. I don't see you really losing those ones at all, okay? Growth investors also don't really see you losing those ones because generally those ones have a ton of opportunity in the market because there's so many companies that are growing. I don't really see those ones too much. Where I start to see a little bit is maybe around short-term trading. You maybe start to lose a little bit of those ones that are looking to hold something for 3 months, 6 months and get out. Also, I think even more so, these ones, day traders, because they see cryptocurrencies, right? Day traders don't really care about companies. They're investing, they're not even investing. They're trading these stocks because of price fluctuations, okay? So when they see cryptocurrencies have a lot more volatility in them than an actual stock, cryptocurrencies, it's pretty common. They go up 5, 10, 15% in a day, and never mind that, sometimes it's 20, 30, 40%. So a day trader looks at that and they say, what an opportunity for me. This is the type of volatility I need and I want. A day trader loves that type of volatility because they're hoping to take advantage of all these big price fluctuations that happen day in and day out on these cryptocurrencies, right? And then I also see you losing a massive amount of these people. Penny traders, okay? Penny traders, these ones don't have much money usually. They're very small. These people have, maybe a couple $100 at the most. You don't see people with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars trading penny stocks unless they're that one that I'm talking about where they go big in a stock, send out a newsletter to an email list, buy this, and then they do the pump and dump scheme where they sell out. So, but I do see you losing a lot of those type of people because they see cryptos as when people are attracted to penny stocks, right? They're usually beginners in the market and they're usually attracted by, oh my gosh, this stock's a penny right now. Maybe someday it can go to $100 a share and I can make myself rich from this magical penny stock, almost like people view a lottery or something. I see a lot of those people looking at cryptocurrencies right now and seeing, wow, Ripple's up, 15,000% or 20,000% in the past year. Maybe I can find the next Ripple in that. Let me get in into cryptocurrencies, and let me try to find the next Ripple. Well, Bitcoin's up over 1,000%. If I can make my $100 into $1,000, that's awesome. So I see you losing a massive amount of these guys. I see you losing quite a few of these day traders throughout 2018, and I see you losing some short-term traders. The growth ones, the long-term investors, I don't see you losing much money from there. But I do still see, it having an effect on the market, okay? The reason being is I see possibly some of these people and some of these people maybe funneling a little money into cryptocurrencies because it's, getting on the markets now. It's more mainstream. There's so much, understood about these now and whatnot. So I could see maybe, let's say this long-term investor that, makes massive amounts of money. Let's say they usually put $1 million a month because they got money like that. Maybe they put $1 million a month towards stocks. Maybe all of a sudden now they start to put $900,000 towards stocks and $100,000 toward cryptocurrencies. Maybe a few of them do that, which takes some money out of the market. It's not a huge amount. Now, something you got to be asking yourself is why are these type of people, not going to cryptocurrencies, or why do they not do real estate, or why do they not go to this or that? You got to understand, some people are just diehard into that category. For instance, there's some people in crypto, right? There's some people in crypto that have no interest in investing in anything else. They have no interest in investing in stocks, real estate, anything like that, okay? Same way you have some real estate investors that have absolutely no interest in stocks, okay? I've talked to some real estate people before and like, dude, I'm killing your gains you're getting over there. And they're like, oh no, I don't want to get involved with the stock market. I could, get involved with an Enron or something like that and lose my money. The stock market is not for me. I'd rather just buy properties, rent them out, buy the next property and whatnot. You got to understand, there's some people that are just diehard. Same thing with gold investors, silver investors. It doesn't matter what's going on in the stock market. Stock market could be a 6,000 tomorrow, and it's at what, 25,000 right now. It could be a 6,000 tomorrow, and gold investors and silver investors would still look at those prices and be like, no, the stock market, I'm not getting involved with that. So you got to understand, there's a lot of people out there that just won't go to that side, even if they think they might like it or something like that. They just like, no, I'm not touching that, okay? So that's something you got to understand there. So you could be potentially losing some money from some of these people that are like, maybe they want to diversify a little bit and maybe get into some of these cryptocurrencies that are being taken more seriously, right? Now, on the flip side, so these are kind of negative things as far as the stock market goes, right? Now, the penny stock traders, those don't affect the market at all. You could lose 100% of those tomorrow. They do not even matter. They're not affecting things, okay? And but at the same time, you do lose some volatility if you lose some of the traders and whatnot, and you lose some of the money. So these are kind of negative things for the stock market. Nothing still that I would see causing the stock market to crash or something like that by itself. However, there's also a positive from all this, right? So there's a huge positive in this for the stock market people out there. So people are making massive amounts of money in crypto right now, right? People are making massive amounts of money. People that have been in the currencies for a while, some of them have become, people that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of them are worth millions. Some of them are worth tens of millions. Some of them are worth hundreds of millions of dollars from cryptos. They got involved with it and they made a lot of money, okay? Now, a lot of these people, remember I talked about making wealth and preserving wealth, two very, very different things, okay? When you're making wealth, you're just focused on the growth. You don't really care too much about the risk. Whatever you got to do to make that wealth is whatever you got to do. Now, when people when they've already made the wealth and they want to preserve it, what do they start thinking about? They start thinking about real estate portfolios, buying properties, okay? They start thinking about diversifying in the stock market. Maybe they're not, an individual stock investor like I am, but maybe they put their money in an index fund or something, because their main focus is now once you get $1 million, $10 million, $100 million, now you can focus on, if you just get 8% a year in the stock market, like the stock market goes up on average, right? That's freaking phenomenal. Tell me what 8% of $10 million is. That's a lot of money, guys. And you're taking very little risk because the stock market's proven for the last 150 years, 200 years or whatever, the stock market's existed, right? And it's had its downs, but ultimately, what does it do every single time? It goes up over time, okay? It's got a 100+ year track record. Real estate's got, way more than a 100-year track record. So what you're going to have is a situation where a lot of these people start to flood into these markets. How do I know this? Well, I I get emails from people all the time asking me, to do like personal consultations and whatnot. I had one person that made a lot of money in cryptocurrency. He wanted to pay me $200 an hour to teach him stock market. And another person offered me $1,000 an hour, which is like, I mean, my time's valuable, but not even me. I'm not even worth $1,000 an hour. I had somebody that made a lot of money, let's just put it that way, in cryptocurrency, wanted to learn about the stock market and wanted to pay for it. I ended up not doing it. I know, I call me stupid, whatever. I didn't do it. But yeah, you have a lot of people right now that have made a lot of money in cryptos, are looking to get in some of these other categories that are, safer in the grand scheme of things, in Amazon and Google stock, the index funds and whatnot that just can kind of grow their money. So that's definitely a positive thing. That guy, Charlie Lee, who started Litcoin because it's so lit, right? He sold out of his position, I guess 100% according to him. Where do you think that money's going? That guy, Charlie Lee, he starts Litcoin, he sells out. Where do you think that money's going? You think it's going under his mattress? Probably not. You think it's going in Bitcoin? Probably not. You think it's going, in the bank or something? Probably for the short term. But I can almost guarantee you what his financial advisors are going to tell him. They're going to say, buy some real estate properties, stick a bunch of that money in the stock market in index funds, okay? And they're going to tell him, keep a certain amount in your savings account, get some CDs. They're going to say, get some money in that savings account, get some CD accounts, but you're going to want to put the lion's share probably in real estate and probably in stock market funds that track the index, okay? And what do you think he's probably going to do? He's probably going to listen to those people and do that, guys. And that's just the way it goes when you actually get rich and you've made your wealth and things like that. Then you're just looking to preserve it, because it's really painful if you've made $10 million and that $10 million goes down to zero. That's like beyond painful, because it's like $10 million is kind of hard to make out there, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't see it potentially causing a stock market crash. Of course, we've kind of talked in the past about if cryptos fell, could it affect the stock market and cause like a contagion situation where, Bitcoin prices and cryptocurrency prices are falling? It could affect the stock market. As far as causing an actual stock market crash, I'm not convinced about it, but you have to acknowledge the fact that these cryptos are going to have an effect on the stock market, and the stock market will have an effect on cryptos overall, guys, in these situations. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got a ton of value out of it. Hit a thumbs up if you enjoyed. In the comment section, I would love to hear your guys' opinion on this whole situation. If you see it potentially causing a stock market crash, if you don't see any effect at all, I would love for you guys to share an in-depth comment down there. I love reading, especially the in-depth ones that kind of go into your opinion on it. I love reading those ones, guys. Let me know what's got going on down there. Thank you for watching and have a great day.